Today's spooky spot, we're having a look at the Boston American Corporation zombie Refleshmints. A good way to refresh your breath. You see actually what they've done there. Instead of refreshments, it's refleshments. There are some ingredients, none of which I can really... Oh, I can understand natural and artificial flavors, artificial color. And it says, for nutritional information, see bostonamerica.com. A really neat container too, and being that's from the Boston American Corporation, it's a metal tin container. But featured on the front, a zombie. Partially gnawed brain. I don't know how it works really with exposed brains for zombies. I mean, generally when you see a zombie, if the brain has been exposed like this, I would imagine that the other zombies, when this poor guy was alive, the zombies probably attacked said brain, said item right here. The fact that it's a completely exposed brain, and there's nothing from what I can tell with these peepers, I can't see any consumption of brain, leading me to believe this guy's brain was no good for the zombies. The zombies came up and wanted to eat this guy's brain and realized later this guy has no brains, or at least brains that aren't delicious enough. Kind of like that Simpsons episode where the zombies attack Homer and they say brains and they shake his head and they tap the side of it and then they leave to somebody else. Homer is of course offended. This zombie also reminds me of somebody I used to work with. I used to work with a guy that kind of looked like this. Give or take the zombified face and the decayed teeth. Well, maybe one of those two things was not correct. I'll leave it to you to guess. Let's get this opened up. Zombie Refleshmints. Very clever. There is actually technically perforations there, but when I see fit the opportunity to use a knife, I'll use it. I got Old Red here. If you're wondering, Old Red, do I call her Old because she's a zombie? No, I just call her Old Red because I like just to make up names. Just random names for things. Alright, let's get this opened up. The disappointing aspect, of course, would be the fact that if these are just mints, I mean, technically they say Refleshmints, but I want something else. As they say, I want more bang for my buck. Which really does, I don't even know where they get that saying from. Where do they even get that saying from? I want more bang from my buck. You know what Spot's doing right now? Spot's doing what they do in the TV industry. It's this. If you ever see somebody doing that on TV, you probably won't because it's always backstage. That means you need to stretch out the segment because the segment needs extra filler. Oh, look what we got inside. Is that a curse we've just unleashed? It's possible, but inside we've got little tiny brains. Little tiny, these would almost be like chipmunk brains. Just a whole pile of chipmunk brains inside here. Very nicely detailed for something considerably that I'm going to be eating. It's pink, also making me think it's not just mint. A whole big pile of chipmunk brains. Sounds good, doesn't it? Alright, let's give these a try, see if they're any good. The zombie Refleshmints. Here we go, let's give it a try. That's extremely powdery for starters. There's like a little bit of mint in there, but there's something else weird going on in there. Let me investigate further by trying another one. I'm going to just say this, and I've probably been tainted by the fact that I'm looking at brains. It almost has like a flavor of, and how would I know this? It has a flavor of like a flesh flavor mixed with mints. Spot, how would you know what flesh tastes like? I'll just leave that topic for another day. I can taste the mint at the end. They're softer than most mints. They're more like, they kind of just crumble in your mouth, which helps to the fact that they're also brain-esque. You wouldn't want these to be a very hard mint that you have to kind of try to consume through. It's a very misleading flavor because eventually you do get to mint. That's like at the end of the street. Along the way, there's a whole lot of mystery going on right there. The end result, though, is still a little minty chipmunk brain, but there's a whole lot of interesting stuff up to that point. Let's put the lid back on as again, releasing more of the curse to everywhere. Woo! That's a good effect. Today's spooky spot. What were we having a look at? Let's flip it around once again. We're having a look today at the Boston American Corporation Zombie Refleshmints. Brains. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more spooky spots heading your way this month of Spottober. Thanks for watching. See you next time.